Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are live, Tornado Tag Podcast. We have a lot to unpack tonight. We have a lot of news, a lot of this week in wrestling history, and then we're gonna do a quick flyby of everything that's happening this week in wrestling. I can't hear shit in my headphones. Check.
That's not good.
And then I
was gonna say, oh, geez, that's why, because that's playing. I was
that?
like, that was playing.
I'm just making sure Brian's not echoing real quick.
Am I echoing real quick?
Hold on, there's a delay when I'm watching it. And then
5 seconds.
I think we're good. Hold on.
What?
No, we're good. All right. We're going to mute that
Riveting
again.
start
Sorry.
of the podcast.
Sorry. Listen, Joe Rogan has a Jamie. I don't have a Jamie. I don't have a guy who just like tinkers everything behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it's like
Tony, turn your radio down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally
Like Howard.
I'm like,
turn your radio off, please.
I'm hosting and doing this.
We need
so,
Fred.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much. If you are watching, hit that share button. Let people know that we are a thing. We're trying to grow the Facebook group, so invite some people to the Tornado Tag podcast group. But there's a lot of other cool pages that we're sharing this on too. I will make sure to link all those as well and support those guys because the more you consume pro wrestling right now, the better. So yeah, and then we also have we're going to unpack a little bit of the PWI 500. That's supposed to drop digital at 9 o'clock. So hopefully before now and then towards the end of the segment of the show, that'll come out. We can download it and then we can guess through some of the top 50, top 25, and then we can pluck out some.
I wonder who 500 is. I have no idea.
And pluck out some of the independent people we know.
Yeah.
If they made a list. So we'll cover that towards the end of the show. But let's start right away with Brian and This Week in Wrestling History.
This week in wrestling history, I'm doing a little bit different of a thing right now. Oh my goodness, I can hear myself. I'm going to move my headphones a little bit.
Oh boy.
And no, I can't hear myself anymore. We're good.
Okay.
So we only have two things right now. And the first is August 27th, 1994. And it was we talked about this quite a bit, actually, this event. It was the birth of Extreme Championship Wrestling. And this was the NWA title tournament on August 27th, 1994, 26 years ago today. And at this point, ECW is Eastern Championship Wrestling, or more specifically, at this specific point, NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling, because they had joined the NWA. Dennis Corluzzo had kind of had a working agreement with him. He was one of the big shots in the NWA at this point, and he promoted in South Jersey. ECW had Philly. And through an agreement, there was the whole thing where Shane Douglas, who was the reigning ECW champion, was going to win the NWA World title. It was held up after they stripped Ric Flair of it because they stripped Rick Rude of it because it was an NWA title change that the NWA didn't authorize when Ric Flair dropped it to Rick Rude in WCW. So that's when the NWA title in WCW became the international title or the world title or like a million different names. So Douglas wins the title after that. And then he says, all these great champions. And Andy, do you want to give them a line?
I know the end because I just listened to it again.
They can all.
Yeah, I was just going to do it. And the fat man, Dusty Rhodes. And then he says, as God is my witness, and my father is sitting right there. And then he says, Dusty Rhodes, and they can all kiss my ass. And he throws the belt down. And then he says, this is the ECW World Heavyweight title. And I proclaim myself the new ECW World Heavyweight Champion.
Now, behind the scenes, people are scrambling at this point.
Yes.
Because no one knew this was happening.
And then I heard that some of the NWA people thought it was a work. I'm like, oh, it's just a storyline.
Well,
Yeah.
Corluzzo, they don't know if it was a work or they just like talked to them anyway. Like they had him walking out of the arena. Dennis Corluzzo was the main guy that got screwed over here. And they had him walk out of the arena like, we're going to file an injunction. We're going to do all this, do that. And they showed it on ECW TV.
Yeah.
Apparently, the only people who knew were Shane, Paul Heyman, and Todd Gordon, who was the owner of ECW at that point.
Wow.
They were the only three that knew.
And they go, when do you think this will be rectified? Hopefully tonight we're going to have him strip the NWA and the ECW world title.
Just pure panic.
So-
Yeah, and then they're like, you're out of there. That was the last time he appeared for ECW.
Now, that is something that Jeff, that joins our show every now and then, he was live in attendance that night.
How about that?
Yeah, he said, because he's a smart wrestling fan, he definitely knows the ins and outs, and he said that night you could just see people who were in part of the production and stuff, and they were just looking at each other like, "What is happening?" Like he said, he says it was a different feeling in the building.
Yeah,
that
that's
night.
cool.
Yeah,
I wish I was there. I would just be only 12 or 10.
Yeah.
What year was it? 94? 12.
26 years ago. I was 12. No, I was 11. I was 11. My mistake. I just turned 11.
Wow, that's insane.
So basically, what they did was Corluzzo's like, we're gonna strip her the ECW title, this, that, the other thing. So Todd Gordon comes on. He's like, I have folded ECW. Eastern Championship Wrestling is no more. We are now Extreme Championship Wrestling. So that's how they got out of it. Like, okay, you can strip him of the Eastern Championship Wrestling title. He's the Extreme Championship Wrestling World Champion now.
Yeah, and at the end of the show, they had like Eastern Championship Wrestling, and a line through it. And it said Extreme. I was like, that's awesome.
And
it's on the network.
I always like to go on the other things that happen on these things. Most of this card at the ECW Arena that night was the tournament. So in the tournament, you had in the first round, Scorpio beat Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit was in the tournament. 911, who was just like this big guy who would just chokeslam people, and he didn't do much else.
No.
He beat Doink the Clown.
Wow.
And it was the original Doink the Clown. It was Matt Bourne. And then he basically did a thing where he became Born again. We would have half his face painted like Doink. He had a vest from another character play called Big Josh. And it was just like this really like kind of he's going crazy gimmick. And then we had Dean Malenko beating Osamu Nishimura, who was still wrestling for All Japan, I think.
Wow.
Shane Douglas beat the Tasmaniac, as we know now know as Taz. And then in the second round, Scorpio beat 911 by count out. Douglas beat Malenko, and then Douglas beat Scorpio in the finals. And the only other match that night was for the ECW tag team titles, and Public Enemy lost the tag titles to Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like a good show.
Yeah. And as far as the fate of the NWA title, it was vacant until that November, so it was vacant for about another 3 months. And then they had another tournament in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, which was never an official NWA affiliate. But in that tournament, Chris Candido beat Tracy Smothers to become the new champion.
And the belt was kind of meant nothing till TNA came around.
Yeah.
It did show up in UFC, though, at that point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Dan Severn won. It was on Raw then, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Dan Severn beat Candido for it, yeah.
Jesus. If you guys are in the chat, unfortunately, we have just behind the curtain here, we have a little sidebar that we can see on our screen that we can see if you're chatting to us. That doesn't seem to be working for Facebook. I try to test it. I don't know about Twitch or anything else. But if you guys are in the chat, talk with us. Let us know you're here. I keep looking at myself in camera. I went to trim my beard. And I thought I was going with a 3, and I should have went with a 4, and I took myf down
took it
way
down too low?
Yeah, now you can see my patchy spots
geez.
again. It's a goddamn nightmare. But that was an awesome moment. ECW, the birth of, which is
very, very, very significant moment in the history of that company.
Absolutely. All right,
and then we only have one other thing. I went for quality over quantity this week, and this is also August 27th. And this is a sad one, but we're going to kind of look through a career that's been a little forgotten. And
I like these little highlights. I'm a fan of this. I like when we showcase people and we do little backstories on them.
And unfortunately, 10 years ago today, August 27, 2010, Luna Vachon passed away. And she was the daughter of Paul Butcher Vachon. And Paul had a brother and sister who were wrestlers. Mad Dog Vachon, who was a legendary wrestler in AWA, multiple-time champion. He was also the guy, one of Kevin Nash's last matches before he left as Diesel, before he left to go to WCW and start the NWO. It was him and Shawn Michaels, right after Shawn Michaels won the world title for the first time. and he did a thing where Mad Dog Vachon was in the crowd, and he ripped off Mad Dog's prosthetic foot. He had like a prosthesis of
Yeah, I
just a
remember
foot
that.
from like the ankle down, and he goes to swing at Shawn Michaels, and he misses and takes a super kick and gets pinned.
Luna was Sean's valet for a minute, wasn't she?
One match.
Yeah,
one
one
match.
A
match.
hot
yeah.
minute. And Bam
Lit-
Bam's. Well, that was his,
And Bam Bam, yeah.
his
Bam
main
Bam was a little bit
squeeze.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved
Lu-
Luna. I thought she was awesome.
I was always
Luna-
scared of her.
Luna was she was in Shawn's corner when he wrestled Tatanka at WrestleMania 9.
That's what it was.
Because Tatanka had Sherry. So then Shawn brought out Luna.
Yeah, I mean Sherry is hands down one of the greatest valets of all time, and the greatest female valet of all time. But I always
Sherry is one of the greatest managers of all time,
yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree. And Luna, I always just I don't know. She definitely caught your attention. She cut promos.
Oh, yeah.
She was,
Mhm.
yeah, she was awesome.
Very, very distinctive look, very distinctive voice. She always had that gravelly.
You would hear and you're like, oh my god, you want to cough when you hear
And
it.
then mohawk with the long hair in the back.
And the veins
Yeah.
drawn on her face. Oh, thank you, Dylan. He said, "Stop it, Tony. You're beautiful." I
Hey,
love.
well, the chat's working.
Well, that's Twitch.
There we go.
Twitch
Oh.
is working. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Facebook's not.
Thanks, Dylan from Twitch.
Dylan's part of the band Bad Maggie, also a huge wrestling fan.
Oh, okay. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Him and his brother, you would see
Oh,
them.
you're on my.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Him and his brother, you would see quite often on stage wearing some type of wrestling gear or
that's
wrestling
cool.
T-shirts. Yeah, big wrestling fans. Love those guys to death. Yeah. So are we gonna take a little bit of a deeper dive into Luna here? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. She got started in wrestling kind of against her her father's wishes. He didn't want her to get into wrestling, but it's all she ever wanted to do. And she got trained briefly by her aunt, Vivian Vachon, who she idolized. And she got trained a little bit by Moolah as well, the fabulous Moolah. And at this point, Moolah had like a little traveling group of female wrestlers that she was part of for a little bit. But her first big break came in Florida, in the Florida territory, Championship Wrestling from Florida. And at this point, Kevin Sullivan, he was, they would, like backstage, they would call him the devil.
Yeah.
And they never came out and said he was a Satanist, but he acted like a Satanist. And he was like basically a cult leader. It was like almost like a forerunner of Bray Wyatt when he first came in. And Luna comes in as Trudy Hurd, which was her real name. Her real first name was Gertrude, and she was married to a guy named Hurd at this point.
Jim
Wow.
Hurd. Jim Hurd.
And she, no, Hurd, different Hurd. And at this point, she's there. Her role is she's a journalist. She's a journalist that's giving an award to Kendall Windham because Kendall Windham was there, and Blackjack Mulligan, who's Kendall Windham's father, was there, and he was Blackjack was feuded with Kevin Sullivan. And so Kevin Sullivan comes out during this award, and you couldn't get away with this now, but he slapped Trudy Hurd, Luna. He just slapped her a couple times, and she's like freaking out, and eventually she falls under his spell. Like, I guess he can like possess people and kind of brainwash them a little bit. And so they do this thing where she's kind of just sitting there with everybody. And another one of Kevin Sullivan's valets, Fallen Angel, who was his wife at the time, who became woman and was unfortunately the one Chris Benoit wound up marrying. She basically shaved half of Luna's head, and that's where that look came from, because at first she just had a half-shaven head, and then it became a mohawk, and she started painting her face up, and she became Luna Vachon there. And the Luna thing, it was short for lunatic. That was like a little nickname that her father gave her, because when he said it, he did an interview with Slam Wrestling, he's like, that's all she ever did was want to wrestle. Since she was 4 or 5 years old, I told her she was a lunatic because all she wanted to do was wrestle.
I like it.
So that's where that came from.
I never because I never watched WCW. I never knew where where she like.
Oh, this was way before WCW.
I'm saying, but I never watched it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't watch old anything. So I just
Yeah.
I mean, I watched old WWF.
Because this was what the Florida wrestling, which
Yeah.
I think was
Yeah,
wrestling
this is,
championship wrestling from Florida.
Yeah, so I don't.
Yeah.
I never knew the origin story of her.
Yeah, well, they never even in WWF. They never said anything
No,
about
she
it.
just kind of showed up as.
I don't think she was ever in WCW. Maybe for a hot minute in the 90s.
Very, very briefly.
Yeah.
Very, very briefly.
Yeah, so it's cool to actually hear where that came from.
And after Florida, she was Luna Vachon pretty much from there on in. And she was in a group called the Powerful Women of Wrestling, which was started by David McLean, who was the guy who was one of the founders and really the creative force behind Glow back in the 80s. But he kind of got forced out of Glow and started this new thing called Powerful Women of Wrestling.
Wow.
And at this point, she was in a lingerie battle royal.
Ooh.
Very, very contemporary. Like, women's wrestling's come a long way. We'll just put it that way.
Like they're wearing the old time bloomers, like real
Thank
big.
God. Even as like a kid in my high pre-pubescent era of the Attitude Era, like when the girls would go out there and just wrestle in brawny panty matches, I would just be like, I don't want this. I would just skip through it. I didn't care.
I'd watch it because like, well, this is hot, but the match sucks.
Even like the wow, they're hot fact. I'd be like, oh, they're very pretty, but I just to me, I was just like, even as a kid, I was like, this is just, why can't they just wrestle like everybody else?
Yeah.
Like I just hated it. And then like recently, women's wrestling really turned a corner for me because I'm like, oh, they're being taken seriously now. It was I enjoy it.
And WWE's like, look how good we are for doing that. It's like, well, you're the one that made it the other way.
Yeah, you're the one who made mainstream wrestling for the women.
That's why you deserve getting executions coming up on the Thunderdome.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Like, yeah, but if you go back even to like the early 90s, some of the best wrestling in the world was Japanese women's wrestling.
They actually made well, not to interrupt Ryan, all women's video games. There's a Queen Special. It's a Fire Pro game. That's all the women of all Japan at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
And so after this powerful women of wrestling thing goes away, she worked a few different places. Puerto Rico was one of them. And at this point, she was divorced, and she started dating another guy, Tom Nash, and he was just another wrestler. And then she wound up dating Tom Nash's tag team partner, Dave Heath. They were in a team called the Blackhearts. They wore masks.
Wait, let's see, Tony, do you know who Dave Heath is?
No.
Okay. Gangrel.
Really?
I was like, I can't give you it. You'll never get it. Yeah.
She's a vampire with a brood.
Yeah.
Kurt joined the chat, said, hey, it's the Purple Magenta podcast. How you guys doing? He goes, I mean TTP. Well, he's the PA pile driver, which means a pile of ass poop podcast. How about that?
Purple Magenta? Where's he getting that from? Is this purple here?
He's doing his heel thing.
I still was like,
you had it up on a team. More like PA pile of crap.
Yeah, PA pile of, nailed it. We're heels too now. What's up, man? Thank you for hanging out in the chat.
So yeah, it's funny you brought up Gangrel. She actually went to WWF, like used her family connections and tried to get Dave Heath a job way before he ever came in as Gangrel.
Wow.
I don't even think it was Vampire War yet at this point. I think it was just they were doing the Blackhearts thing.
Wow.
And they wind up signing Luna instead. They don't want her husband, but they want her. and that's when she comes in and she's managing Bam Bam Bigelow mostly. She's his main squeeze, as Andy said her. That's what they kept calling her.
This is like 94, right?
93, 94. Okay. I think it was like late 92 even.
Was Luna Luna with him when he wrestled Lawrence Taylor?
No.
She was gone, or either she was not with him. She might have been with the company, but not with him.
Mm-hmm.
She was managing him when he wrestled Bret Hart in the finals of the first King of the Ring.
Okay.
Like on the first pay-per-view King of the Ring. And then they got into a feud with Doink the Clown.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, we're talking a lot about Doink today.
A lot of Doink tonight.
Good Doink, which was not good.
Yeah, this was the bad Doink.
When he was a psycho killer Doink in ECW, it was awesome.
Yeah. If they brought that back, that could work now, because a lot of people don't like clowns.
Yeah. There was a clown phase going for a while. Sorry, Brian, but like everybody was just almost clown to scare people.
Yeah.
And then she wound up wrestling at WrestleMania 10. Her and Bam Bam beat Doink and Dink, the little person clown, at WrestleMania 10. And then after a while, they were starting to put together that $1 million corporation stable with Ted DiBiase, and then Bam Bam went with him, and that's when he wrestled Lawrence Taylor. But even though Luna left in 1994, she kind of set a milestone that year. The video game WWF Raw came out, and she was the first woman to be a playable character in a WWF video game.
I do remember that, yeah. She had then they put the veins on her face.
Yeah.
Big hair. Yeah, she always had the veins painted on her face, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they actually put that in the video game. Like, you could actually see the veins.
And she wrestled men.
Yeah.
Which is something else.
Yeah.
No, that's not even an option in the games.
Yeah, you can't even match them up.
No, you can't. It's just, when you pick a woman, the second player or whatever.
Here's a question for you, and this is me not being like political or politicizing things, but like, how come in pro wrestling the girls can attack the guys, but the guys?
I know, and it's only WWE.
Only WWE though.
Yeah.
Like it's like, I get, so their message is that we don't want to do it because we don't want to support domestic violence, which I get all the time. Like I get that. So if that's your message, then stand by it. But it does go both ways.
Yeah, a woman could beat a guy.
If the girl, if you're pandering, if you're promoting, not pandering, but if you're doing it to kids, where you're saying, oh, a guy can't hit a girl because kids are watching this and we don't want to teach kids that that's good.
Yeah.
But you're teaching girls that it's okay to hit a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, get a chair and just hit the guy with it. It's fine.
It just happened the other night with the retribution thing. Like the female retribution guys kick the hell out of whoever's in the ring.
Yeah.
Like they don't just go, oh.
I don't like it. It's like either it's both or it's none.
That's how I look at it. Like honestly,
when
they
has to
cross
do
it with. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A lot of it has to do with TV deals.
Yeah.
Because when TNA was on Spike TV had a rule: you can't have man-on-woman violence. Like they would do it at pay-per-views sometimes, but you couldn't have a guy hit a woman. And they even did a match on Impact when Impact was on Spike, where it was Awesome Kong, Amazing Kong, and it was her and Billy Gunn, who was called Cute Kip at the time, and he was on his way out of the company. And at that point, he had a match with Kong on Impact, and she just did not get any offense at all. She didn't get any offense at all in the match, or he didn't get any offense at all in the match, rather. And I think with WWE, like they'll do it sparingly. I think the issue TV deal wise is with the Score. It's their network in Canada. Like I know even back when Raw was in the Attitude Era and Bubba Ray Dudley was, and they were on TSN, which is like Canada's version of ESPN at the time. They're on a different network now. But when they would do something in Canada, like an intergender match, or Mae Young getting power bombed off the stage through a table by Bubba Ray, they would cut it out. They would cut it out. They would just go to a black screen in
it's
in
so
Canada.
dumb because like if you showed a movie of like a girl fighting a guy, that'd be okay.
Yeah.
It's with the weird thing with wrestling. It's like it's real, but it's not real.
I like intergender matches. I still think one like on the local scene, one of my favorite intergender matches of all time was Kit Raff versus Adina.
Oh, okay.
At the GSW show. It was a fantastic match.
And
no
girl would watch that and be like, I'm afraid to get beat by men.
No,
like, there was none of that.
And it was a beautiful. It was done beautifully too, because it wasn't like the reason I like it so much is because like a lot of times when the woman walks into the ring, it's like, oh, I can't hit a girl, and they make a big point saying she's the girl.
Or they make it like sexual, like, oh,
yeah,
and got her in a move, like, look at this.
And Kit just attacked her as if she was an opponent.
Yeah,
and because he treated it as she was an opponent, and they were there to wrestle.
Serious, yeah.
It that whole line just was blurred and it was gone. Like it was,
and then you don't even think about it. You're just like, oh,
and it was a great match. One of my favorite. It was one of my favorite intergender matches I've ever seen. Yeah. And I know I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
I think it should be like when in Lucha Underground first episode when Shava hit the Sexy Star with the chair. I was like, they're setting a precedent here.
And then we found out she deserved that.
Yeah, but she ended up going on and winning the world title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was like, they just like we treat everyone's on the same.
The only place is like, well, AEW hasn't done it yet either, but I think they will eventually. They've teased it, like with Nyla wrestling Kenny. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But I think eventually maybe you'll see it there. But it's like it's such an archaic way of like thinking, oh, a guy can't hit a girl. Cause
when Randy hit
Nia, remember that?
Nia's with the RKO, and they all hit it with like everyone was like, oh, it was fun. It was done the right way. You know what I mean? Like, well, she's coming down to the ring.
But then people are like, well, maybe she just had one of them. She could beat him up.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I don't know. What's your take on that, Brian? Like overall?
I'm fine with it. Like it's all in the context. Like I don't think it's good to just like oversell it. Like have a baby face be like, look how cool I am. I'm gonna beat up a woman. But
yeah,
if you treat somebody as like a legit thing and you're doing it the right way, like I don't think it would be a good idea to do Braun Strowman versus Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
I don't think they should have a match. But if you want to do like Nia Jax against Akira Tozawa, where it looks like, hey, maybe she could beat that guy, then yeah, go for it.
Or like Ronda versus when Ronda beat up Triple
H.
Yeah,
I never was fine with that. Or like Rhea Ripley wrestled Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, and just my take on it. I don't want to sound like, oh, I want men to beat up women. That's not what I'm coming at. I think, but in the context and the entertainment of pro wrestling,
it's all right in any fighting game.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not condoning men hitting women, and just to make this very clear, because we live in a weird culture now. But I'm just saying, in the sport and the entertainment of wrestling.
Yeah, in this thing where people are competitively fighting to get wins, why can't they be treated equal?
I agree.
So from there, just to kind of get back.
There's a microphone. Jack's in their Facebook chat saying, man, I want to weigh in on this. Well, walk in the room and go weigh in.
Well, he's like, not right now.
I don't think he's feeling well. He said he wasn't feeling well. But speaking of Luna, speaking of intergender matches, after she goes to after she's done with WWE, she goes on to ECW was one of the big spots, and I think she said this is her career highlight. She wrestled Stevie Richards, the Steven
I did not know
Richards,
that.
right to
Where was
censor
that at?
guy.
ECW.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was a summer thing, and if I remember correctly, it was incredibly hot in this at this show. It was called Heat Wave, funny, 95, and they did a double main event. I think it was like Raven and Dreamer in a cage, and then Stevie and Luna beat Stevie Richards, and then this is a very famous moment with Luna. Stevie Richards winds up getting handcuffed to the cage, and Tommy Dreamer just comes in and absolutely destroys Stevie with a chair shot to the head. Just absolutely takes his head off.
Worse than Stevie hitting Bradshaw?
It was almost as bad. Yeah,
Wow.
like because Stevie's hands were cuffed. He was cuffed like he was being crucified. So he had no protection.
Oh,
And he just got
Like
smashed.
Dreamer to Raven, was it?
the
handcuffed?
Rock and Mankind was pretty rough too.
that was.
Ooh.
Steve Corino used to take headshots by chairs in ECW all the time. It was crazy. He usually balls Mahoney, just blast them.
Well, they
Like Steve Corino would just come out to get blasted in the head.
wasn't Taz had somebody in Taz Mission and Sabu just threw a chair at him and hit him like directly?
Probably, yeah.
Oh man, they were fucking nuts, man.
I believe we are having a run-in.
All right,
There has been a run-in.
we have a run in. It's officially a tag match now.
Mm-hmm. 2 on one end, 2 on the other. Brian's video is going crazy there.
Yeah.
Well, how do they get this set up?
I have to run and get a pair of headphones really quick for.
All right. So some of
you would have had to set up.
the news that we have going on. Do you have any? You said there's a lot of news going on. So let's dive in a little bit of that while they're setting this up.
Well, aside from other day and stuff like Thunder Rosa on AEW. Whoa! Remember mute that.
Yeah, we got the.
I
alien
just shot
noises.
my alien zapper.
Yeah.
So like NWA working with obviously with AEW,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard something where like she didn't sign with AEW. It's just like Billy Corgan allowed her to work, but like NWA is not run right now. It's weird because Wade Barrett's on NXT.
Yeah.
And they said it was a one-off, but it'll be back next week. But I don't know if are they taping because NXT is not. Is it gonna be live?
I think it's live. Yeah.
Was it live this week? I'm not sure because
don't
of the
know.
different days. Anyway.
Yeah. I know right now we're hurting a little bit with viewers tonight, but NXT is live right now, so I think AEW is live right now. So of course a lot of the wrestling fans are absolutely going to watch this.
Watch wrestling.
This could be something that they can come back to and watch later. We're not going to have any results of AEW because obviously the way we're recording, but we will touch on it next week. The big stuff.
And AEW. So next week will be run unopposed because NXT will be on Tuesday.
Yes.
So NXT and Impact,
Maybe.
more Impact.
Maybe.
Why?
Because all sports right now are kind of taking breaks. All sports are kind of like.
Well, how would that? Oh, well, if they already announced it on Tuesday, they'll probably keep it Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean,
It would be interesting though if they come out and say that hey, this sport will not happen this Tuesday, this Wednesday. Maybe they'll move them back. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
If it helps someone move once. I mean, the real fans will be like, "Oh, okay, it's back on Wednesday," but I know you get some people who be like, "I don't know what it's on."
Yeah.
So that's gonna be on Tuesday then, and of course I don't know what Brian was gonna get to it, but Killer Cross / Karrion Cross. What would you call it? Relinquishing the title because he's hurt and he's gonna be out for 8 to 10 months. Same thing that happened to Finn.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I'm not a big fan of him, but like what
It
we
sucks.
got now, yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks that he's gonna be out that long, but like here we're getting something that's much better than what we would have got.
It was a good promo though. He cut a good
Yeah.
promo.
I believe we are operational now.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Yep. I just turned it on for hair because it was squealing on. It was squealing and stuff.
All right.
All right. So do you have any more on that Luna talk, or are we?
Oh yeah. We have she also was doing some stuff with the AWF at that point, which was this thing that had like Bob Orton Jr. and Tito Santana, some other people. She wound up going back to WWF in the '90s, late '90s. She was with Goldust for a while. That was when she feuded with Sable, and that was when she actually wrestled. It was her and Goldust losing to Sable and Mero at WrestleMania 14.
I was gonna say I remember her being with Goldust too.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
little bit when he
Yeah.
was there, Forever Unchained.
Yeah.
Goldust was not good.
And it was the artist formerly known
Yeah,
as Goldust.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was with the Oddities then.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
The poor John Tenta. Former Earthquake was Golga.
Well, I just interviewed on Interviews with Everyday People a guest, and he's an ICP fan, and he brought attention to me that I forgot that the ICP went to WWE for a little bit, and they were with the Oddities.
Yeah. Well, they did their theme
They
music.
did their song too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot.
Well, that's
all
okay.
about
You
that.
can forget about that.
Yeah, forgot about it.
They were in every major federation. Ain't that something?
That's crazy.
And they sucked in each one of them.
But yeah, like she was actually with that WrestleMania 14 match. She was the second woman ever to have a to have a second match at WrestleMania, like have two matches at WrestleMania.
Wow.
You will never in a million years guess the first one.
The first woman to have 2 WrestleMania matches.
Wendy Richter?
Yes. Nope.
Then, then it was Fabulous Moolah, and if it's not her,
Nope.
Cyndi Lauper.
Nope.
Jeez, Rockin' Robin?
Was it Attitude Era?
No.
Oh, I have no idea then.
Oh, you'll never get it. Leilani Kai
Oh, wow.
was the first person.
Jeez.
She wrestled Richter at WrestleMania 1, and then she wrestled Alundra Blaze at WrestlMania 10.
Leilani Kai, mother of Dakota Kai.
Is it really?
No.
I was gonna say.
No, she was Hawaiian, but she was she was clear.
Your board just took a crap.
Yeah, she was Hawaiian,
Brian,
but she
your
clearly
board just
not
jumped out.
Hawaiian. Oh my God, it's bad.
Yeah, I have to mute you because your board is
Fuzzing real bad.
Yeah.
It's like brrr. So whatever you just did, undo it. As we talked about Leilani Kai, she was in a tag team with
Yeah, I'm watching the levels.
I
It's
forget
still
the other
sky high.
girl's name. And then they had a match with the Jumping Bomb Angels. There were these Japanese girls that came,
Mhm.
and they didn't even bother to learn their names. Because I forget who's on commentary. Might have been like Jesse and Gorilla. And he goes, "What's her name?" Well, let's just call him Jumping Bomb Angel 1 and 2. And it's like, oh, God.
Wow. On a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
That board is still. All right. So it's not making noise.
We're having some technical difficulties over here.
It's Retribution.
Yeah,
Retribution's in Brian's
Retribution has
house.
been-
Retribution is attacking the murder my dude guys.
You know what they should do? From now on, every botch, everything goes wrong.
Just blame it
It's
on them.
Retribution. And they never debut.
Never.
They never ever. It's just, oh, that's Retribution. Satellite feed cut out, Retribution. Table and break, Retribution.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Every time we have an-
Retribution, that's sons of bitches. Who are they? Why do they keep plaguing WWE?
They're plaguing the podcast world of wrestling now.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
Who put Fire Velveteen Dream Thunderdome? Retribution.
Yeah, it's all Retribution. They're the ones doing the inappropriate things at at the Thunderdome.
Oh boy.
Are you there, Brian?
We are here.
You have that feedback there. That little burn thing is still going on.
Yeah, it's something to do with my mixer is because when I tried to get everything set up here, I had to move some wiring around.
Yeah. No, I get it.
That's
Can you
Brian.
guys? Oh,
I heard. Can you guys?
Yeah.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep,
now you
yep, we
sound
hear you.
wonderful.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
I was trying to eliminate that hum.
I have no idea what's going on. I can't hear Brian in the
Yeah, the way it's
headphones.
set up, you're not going to hear me.
Oh, well, that's
nothing I can do about it.
So Jack sounds like where he's in the room and Brian's fuzzy.
It's
Or
fuzzy,
muffled.
but it's like that buzz.
Well,
there.
I'm part of Retribution. So
No,
Oh
Yeah.
no!
this is how I set it up.
Oh.
But you were attacked by Retribution last week.
Oh. Ow.
All right. Wait, whatever you're doing right now, leave it. It's perfect.
I am not touching a thing.
Oh, now
I hear that. I think you are touching something. Literally, I think you're touching metal.
I have no metal here.
I think your foot's touching.
Non-metal is
I
my
have-
head.
it's their plate, Brian. That when you were attacked by Retribution, they had to put that steel
Yes.
plate in your head.
I got a steel plate in my head, and when I stand next to the microwave, I piss my
He
pants.
loves wires. by the way.
It's not Retribution. That damn PA pile driver. They're invading us.
That's what it is. It's the PA pile driver comes in and they make fun of us. They make fun of our name, and then they drove to Pottsville, so wherever you guys are, and they tampered with the electrical box outside your house.
We haven't moved since you've last seen us. You said it were wherever you guys are.
I think he's
Like-
trying to cafe.
I was trying.
Yeah, he
to,
was trying to kayfabe our.
Oh, it's
local
at Japan.
yeah,
Pottsville, Japan.
Japan, Pennsylvania.
yeah, Japan, Pennsylvania.
From-
Actually, Tokyo.
I'm moving anything remotely metal away from anything remotely.
When
microwave.
when we used to do one of our things, we used to say we were from Tokyo and New York.
Okay.
That was our
you
that was
remember-
our location for whatever reason.
The FBI, when Viscera was in FBI for a hot minute, from Harlem, Italy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to. Well, tomorrow, Jack, I will be while Brian's probably working. I will be calling you to drop off a mixer. So I'm going to give you guys my old mixer, so you guys don't have to worry about this.
And you can make mashed potatoes with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
So
Wow,
what?
that's a neat mix. What I want to know real quick about like the retribution angle. Before that, they were doing that whole thing where they thought it was going to be Ali. What's his name?
Oh,
hacker
yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
He-
hacker
he was
thing.
gonna be the
Mustafa
Did
Ali.
they do, yeah, Mustafa Ali. Did they do anything with that?
No,
know.
he came back then, but they dropped the hacker thing completely. I think he's off TV again.
Yeah, he's off TV.
He's been hanging out with like Ricochet and
You have,
Cedric
you have a-
Alexander.
Jack, you have a little bit of a hot mic. When you speak, when you get louder, it crackles.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't. He's
I just turned him
controlling
down a
everything.
little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're hanging with Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, you're the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against them guys.
Just the way they're getting booked.
Man, poor Ricochet. Think where he was at a year ago and where he's
Yeah.
at now.
They don't like him.
They don't like him. Well, fire him,
Suck.
man. Let him go.
Do you think it had anything to do with his
That video. That's what I was
Well, that's-
thinking.
That's the thing with WWE though. They know their worth. They know that other people like them. They don't like them, but it's control. Like they own you at this point. It's like
Yeah.
I own you. I'm going to put you on a shelf. It's what Vince wanted to own WCW. That's what he did. He said it in a promo, like as a joke, but it wasn't a joke. But he said like that I bought WCW. Like I own WCW, and it's just going to put it on a shelf and let it die. And that's what he does with talent. And that's
Yeah.
a shame.
It is, because like if you don't want to use somebody and if you generally don't like them, then just let them go. And then you don't have to like I'll show you by not using you but paying you.
Yeah.
Like it makes
Stupid.
no sense.
Well, I mean, it does make sense in a sense of business because it's competition. You're now stifling that.
I think the hum is coming from Jack's cable.
I have no idea where it's coming
Because
from.
when you
dude.
talk,
I'm not-
it comes
I'm
back,
not in
and then
control of
when you get quiet, it goes away.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hear it.
I'm grabbing the cable now and it's getting.
ooh.
Yeah. I'm gonna just turn you down for a hair, just because that's
until
really.
they figure it out.
Yeah.
What was I just saying about Ricochet?
Well, we could talk about the Thunderdome a little bit. Just
Okay.
the Thunderdome. So
Until they get it fixed there.
yeah, while they're fixing that.
So I heard I was in one podcast and they said that the people that actually called in and were part of the Thunderdome.
Okay.
You do not need the network to watch it. You can log into the stream, right? And then when you're watching it, you wear headphones and there's like a producer that comes on the headphones. They'll be like, okay, so like the Street Profits are coming out, so raise your red cups and cheer for the Street Profits. It's like, what?
so they're
They give you like,
coaching their fans.
yes.
And they're telling their fans what they want them to do on camera.
yeah.
And if you don't comply, you get kicked off.
Yeah, or they do switch people around and stuff. But like, yeah, if you're obviously being like not doing what they want, they'll get rid of you.
I mean, listen.
I
If
get
you're
it,
gonna,
but
if you're
come
gonna
on.
if you're gonna put people in the crowd, right? Let them be crowd,
Mhm.
right? Let them do what they do. But here's the same thing.
I can understand if they're
we
showing
knew
a
this
penis
was
or
coming,
something.
right?
Yeah.
We
I
knew
said
this
it
was coming.
as soon as they announced it.
Exactly. We said, listen, people are gonna go on camera and they're gonna do really, really fucked up things.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same token, how many TVs do you think are in that arena?
Oh, jeez, I don't
Thousands,
know. Yeah.
right? Out of the thousands, we had 5 bad people.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah.
So, but the thing is if, and we didn't really. I mean, we had somebody in the group put something on, but like us as the team did not put it on our pages, right?
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about anything, really, we talk about it here. We say it for the show because if we give you all of our opinions on the group chat, why even listen to the podcast? But the main thing is if you keep giving them attention and you keep putting it all over
Yeah.
social media, like, ha ha, someone put Chris Benoit,
Yeah.
ha
And
ha,
all
someone.
it takes is 1 second for them to get that screen grab.
Yeah.
Like, we did it, successful.
And that is how people. That's why it's going to keep happening
yeah.
because
and it won't stop. And then once they know that it makes them mad, now it's their mission to
Yeah.
do that.
absolutely.
And then it's like,
Twizzlers are crack, by the way.
yeah, no, they're so good. But like, if they would just like let it go, not say anything, then people are like, oh, they're not saying nothing. I'm not doing it then.
Exactly. So,
But
so
now
the
that
more, so if you're truly upset about it, and you're one of those fans who are like, look what these scumbags are doing,
Yeah.
but you're sharing that article, you're letting them win
Mhm.
because they want that article to be
Because
shared.
and every article has the picture, Fire Velveteen
Yeah.
Dream or Chris Benoit
Yeah.
or the guy in the clan outfit.
There was a beheading video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but I said, I mean, they deserve it all because
I think someone had one that said Oscar kill Bailey or
Oh,
something
really?
like that.
Okay.
There was an Oscar one too.
Let's see if they're ready to roll
They
here.
turned their board off.
Oh,
completely,
okay.
I think. Are you guys
Is it-
there?
Okay, they're still
Yeah,
figuring
they're
it
still
out.
working on it. All right.
Yeah. So I don't like. I get it, but like, and it's impossible to police unless you have every one person watching every single feed. Which
Yeah.
are you gonna have 1,000 people watch 1,000 feeds? No, that's insane. So I mean, I don't know what to do.
I do like how they take people and rotate them though.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
like
cool.
you could be in front row at some point.
Yeah. Because, I mean,
But here's the thing.
you don't know.
You're gonna think if you're gonna put somebody on a live TV, they're not gonna be waving at the screen like, "Oh my god, I made up front row." Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And
So
you're not allowed to wear any non-WWE logo shirts. You have to be dressed the whole time. You cannot smoke when you
you
watch
can't get up and
something.
go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you can't. Which, like, 3 hours? That's a big ask.
Yeah.
I don't think you can drink or nothing. That's like, what?
Eat or drink.
Yeah, it's like, what? Like, they said there was some guy picking his nose. Some guy was sleeping during one of the matches. Like, that's
about
going
the
to
guy-
happen. There's no way it cannot happen. Not
Yeah.
everyone's like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's
And it's hard to sit, like, when watching on an iPad, right in front of you.
Yeah, if that's the way
sitting
you're
in front
doing
of
it,
your-
yeah.
Sit in front of your laptop, you might start, doing this. I mean, everyone does that.
Yeah.
When you're not live, it's a different thing.
absolutely.
So I think that it's not long for this world, and we'll be back to NXT or the NX extras, the
Yeah.
N extras in the crowd,
Yeah, and extras. Yeah.
which is I think is better. Like it's cool, but then a lot of people it's like, well, let them be able to say something. Well, then they're all gonna be fuck, like you can't let them say something. And I don't know how you would do all that.
well, they're just patching
feeds.
in crowd noise.
Yeah, which
They're-
is
they're-
okay.
They're patching in. They're not taking the audio from everyone's streams.
Yeah, because that'd be insane.
Yeah. 'Cause
And
if
some
you-
might be playing music
Yeah.
or
Or
you hear
dropping racial
AEW,
slurs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the first chance. Like if they did that, they're gonna curse right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be racial, and then it's gonna be porn. And
Yep.
then, like,
Beheading videos
Yeah.
and just a fucking nightmare.
So I don't know.
How we working out over there, Brian? I have you turned up. You're good.
He got the
Oh,
thumbs up.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it
Yep.
sound great.
Yeah.
There we go.
What about me?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hi.
No
We just
hum.
we unplugged a bunch of stuff, and it
How
seems
about-
to be working better.
What if I just sit here and go?
Yeah, that's
Then
fine.
we listen. We got you, Retribution, and the PA poop head pile. The PA poop heads. We figured it out. No audio issues. We win again.
So what do you two guys think about the Thunderdome so far?
Multiple Chris Benoit pictures.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Too. Well,
Yeah.
that's multiple,
That's multiple.
Technically, yeah.
right? KKK. Like I was talking to Brian about that. It's like it's hard. You have how many thousands of fucking pictures? It's hard to or not thousands, but let's just go with 500. Yeah, 500 pictures. It's kind of hard to police them all.
It is.
Absolutely.
Unless you have 500 people. We just said that. Like
Yeah.
that stuff's gonna keep happening. And like we
I-
said, once they're like, oh, we don't want people to do this. Well, of course people are gonna do it.
I think what they're going to wind up doing is I think they're going to wind up pre-recording fans.
Oh.
They're going to be like, okay, we want you to cheer, and then we want you to boo, we want you to.
Well, they've already been directing people
Yeah,
to do
I
that.
think they're going to direct.
They
them,
have
record it, and then use
well,
it,
no,
like-
but what they have is they have somebody in there talking to the people. That's talking to everybody. All right, everybody, cheer, boo, thumbs down. Like
Yeah.
they're giving directions to these people. I think it's stupid. Just let people in a fucking building.
Yeah.
Just let them in.
And just space them every other row or
Yeah.
something.
Seriously,
Or just.
we don't have to fill them out.
I'm
Just,
sure there's. I'm sure
yeah.
there's plenty of family and friends they can bring in. They don't know what AEW's doing.
Yeah.
And they don't even have to be ringside. Just
Well,
keep
I
them
think
up in the non-camera side.
test them, check your temperature. Now, Brian, I was talking to Brian about this. He was like, "What if they're asymptomatic?" Apparently, asymptomatic people aren't really a problem right now. We don't have to worry about asymptomatic.
So we
Yeah.
know.
People.
It's changing every other day.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
for now,
Uh,
that's what they're saying. But
yeah.
but even so, like the wrestling fans, if you say, hey, you could get it, they don't care. They just want to go watch wrestling. So
Yeah.
just space them out. And
Yeah,
the hell
space them
with it.
out. Just put people in a fucking buildings.
Yeah.
AEW is doing, but they're outdoors.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause
But even if you're indoors, space them the fuck out. Wear masks.
that's what Japan did.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This has been going on for years. We watch New Japan. We see
yeah.
people wearing
Right.
masks in the crowd and not sitting right up on each other.
Yes.
You don't need to pack them in like sardines.
No.
You know?
But I guess in their mind, it's either sell every ticket or sell none. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. No, I agree.
All right. Let's get back to our topic here, Brian.
So yeah, where we left off with Luna, she was in the oddities. She had done a few with Goldust. She had a few with Sable. They had the first evening gown match, and so she winds up with the oddities with Golga, Kurgan,
Silva.
Giant Silva,
Ugh.
Jackal, and she had a few matches. She would have intergender matches, mixed tag matches, things like that. And then she lost to Ivory in a hardcore match for the women's title in 1999.
I liked Ivory.
And
Me too.
And then after that, she went, and after the oddities broke up, after the Brood broke up, she started doing some stuff with her husband. Her and Gangrel were a thing. They won a few mixed tags. But there was always like backstage strife with Luna. She didn't get along well with Sable. They basically threatened her that if something happened to Sable, she would basically get fired. And then she had a backstage outburst after a match in 2000 and was fired. And her last match was her and Gangrel defeating Jackie and Prince Albert for the for like a minute-long match. And then she was kind of let go after that.
That name always cracks me up.
And in between her WWF runs, I forgot to mention this. She did. I know you were talking about this earlier, Andy. She did wind up wrestling in WCW a handful of times. They were all matches with Medusa, and she lost all of them. One of them was with Slamboree in 1997. That was one where Reggie White wrestled Mongo McMichael.
Okay, yeah.
And then after the second time she got fired by WWE, she was basically retired at that point. She did a few indie spots here and there, but nothing really too big. And she became a tow truck driver. Yeah. And then sadly, she over the years, she did develop an addiction to painkillers. She had even gone through a WWE-sponsored rehab in 2009. But unfortunately, she relapsed, and 10 years ago today, she did pass away of an overdose of oxycodone and benzodiazepam.
Jesus. Yeah, that would have been that time frame. That oxycodone was a big thing.
And one of the things too, like for some people that might not even know wrestling, her son was on the TV show Hell's Kitchen twice. Her son Van.
I didn't know that. Van Vachon.
Actually, no, it's Van Herd.
Yeah.
Herd
what
was
a
her
name,
husband.
Van Herd.
So then, just to kind of go through the birthdays real quick, that's how I usually clear out the history stuff. Going back to last Friday, the 21st, we had Trent Seven from NXT UK. He was 39 on Friday. Eric or Ray Rowe, depending on what your thing is. He was 36. And also 36 on Friday, Eve Torres. Now Eve Torres Gracie.
Yeah, how about that?
Remember she used to twerk?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was so hot when she was like, would come out with her glasses. Wasn't she like someone's business associate or something? I forget.
They're all trying to do that Alexandra York.
Yeah. And then the feud was
Stacy Keibler did it.
Yeah.
I think she did it.
Was she was involved in a feud where Zack Ryder liked her, but then like Kane kept Zack Ryder up, and then John Cena stole her.
yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure that happened in real life too.
That was when she turned heel, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, birthdays.
So yeah, that was Friday. Saturday, I couldn't believe the age on this one. This past Saturday was Stevie Ray's birthday from Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
62 years old.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What a fruit booty.
What a fruit booty.
He still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
How old is he?
62.
The fuck?
Yeah.
He does a podcast.
I know Booker does too. He does like heated conversations.
Yeah, Stevie Ray. It's okay. It's him and just some dude,
Jabroni.
just some nobody.
Also on Saturday, Paul Ellering, legendary manager of the LOD, father of Rachel Ellering.
Yeah.
67 years old. I couldn't believe he's only 5 years older.
Did you hear he said that he was before COVID hit, he was planning on coming back with
AOP?
AOP.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was going to come back with them. But then COVID thing. Now I don't know if that's just him just saying that.
Yeah.
But that's what he said. Though.
Couldn't hurt. They weren't doing so well.
Yeah. What are they doing right now? Are they hurt?
Well, the one guy was hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know which one, but one of them was hurt.
Why not put the other guy in singles action for?
Yeah, use him.
Do something.
Yeah, you would think. And then also on Saturday, a lot of birthdays on Saturday. Here's a 2-for-1. Saturday was the 35th birthday of the Usos.
Oh, wow.
And then...
wow, I can't believe they're 35.
35,
Holy shit.
yeah, they're 35 years old. And then Pac from AEW, formerly Adrian Neville, he is 34. And Apollo Crews is 33. So they all have birthdays on Saturday, all on the 22nd.
Wow.
Oh, they're all my age.
Wow.
Congratulations, man.
That's old in Ben's book.
30.
You know how Ben has the age thing? He has issues with age.
Yeah.
If he's listening.
They have 30.
If you're a month older than Ben, you're old.
Yeah, 30,
It
35, and 34.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just said it always bothered me when Brian would always talk about, because I didn't really get football. Like when I first started getting into football, like I liked it as a kid, and then I got out of it. But then when I was like, I don't know, about like early 20s, I got back into it. And he would always be like, "Oh, he's old for running back." And I'm like, "How old is he?" And he'd be like, fucking 30 or some shit. I'm like, that's not old, you fucking idiot. But I didn't understand. I was the idiot because I didn't understand football.
You're clipping. You're getting, when you get loud, you clip.
Oh,
just give you a heads up.
I try to turn him down here a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, well, you know what it is too. The microphone I use is a shitty microphone. The one that Brian uses is the good one. It's the we used to have two of them. I don't know where the other one is. This is the one I'm on is like a $30 one. The one he's on is like a $7,000 one.
It's not that.
It's probably like $100.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like I used to get like that. I used to think Brian was like a Ben when it came to ages, but Brian knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. No, but just in normal life, Ben thinks.
Do you isolate that,
if you're
please,
35,
you're over the hill. He's like, well, your age. I'm like, Ben, I'm 6 years older than you.
Yeah.
I'm not 20.
Well, Pac has like a 13-pack, and he's a year older than me. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here as a fat piece of garbage. Like,
Hey, look at Ken Shamrock right now.
Well, we're in shape over here, so I don't know.
Yeah.
About you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a shape too. It's just not
They're,
one that's desirable.
Round.
Yeah.
Remember that? Do you remember the movie Great White Hype with Damon Wayans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Peter Berg.
Peter Berg. Yeah, he was like this dude that's out of shape, and he's like getting into shape to fight Damon Wayans. Or no, Damon Wayans had to get in shape.
Yeah, he was like the champ, and he was like kind of.
He was like, I am in shape. Round.
All right. Let any other birthdays here?
Monday. I'll zip through some of these. Monday was the 75th birthday of Vince McMahon. The 52nd birthday of Funaki. The 37th birthday of former NXT guy. He was in the AEW for like a minute. Tino Sabatelli.
Okay.
And 32nd birthday of Grand Metalik. Tuesday, the 25th, was the 28th birthday of Kylie Ray, now in Impact Wrestling. The 26th, yesterday, was the 39th birthday of former Impact or TNA X Division champion Petey Williams, master of the Canadian Destroyer. And we had a few today. Today was the 30th or 47th birthday. I don't know where 30th came from. The 37th birthday of former WWE Women's Champion and former NWA Women's Champion Jazz.
Ooh.
Another
Wait,
ECW.
how old is she?
She is 47.
Oh, wow.
Yes, today is also the 48th birthday of Sergeant Slaughter. Or no, of the Great Khali. And then Tony, I blew my own spot here. Tony, stand in attention.
Yeah, he went to the bathroom. So.
Oh, he's a maggot.
Yeah, he's a maggot.
He's a puke. And the guy whose shirt he's wearing, when he comes back, you'll see it, is Sergeant Slaughter. He is actually 72 today,
Okay.
not 48.
Was this your idea with the birthdays?
Yeah.
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 Okay, Ralph Garman.
I was going to say, if he's 48, maybe he should come back.
No.
Have a
was
few more
48,
matches,
that-
Sarge.
Yeah, that means he was wrestling when he was like 2 years old.
Yeah, and he looked like he was 40 then.
Dude, is there like a break in intermission while Tony goes to the bathroom?
No,
Play
he's
like
back.
intermission music?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the old WWF pay-per-views at the very beginning where they would have an intermission during the pay-per-view,
Oh, yeah.
like a 5-minute intermission.
Because I want to talk to Andy about that because I haven't talked to you about the Batman trailer.
Oh, okay.
Just yeah or nay to that?
I would say nay, just because we're a little
later.
behind
Yeah.
with the technical.
No.
difficulties.
I don't mean talking about it. I meant, did you like it?
Oh, yeah. I liked it. I did.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
So today is also Dame Smith's birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Former Outbreak champion. Oh, we just got fuzzed.
The board just took a shit again,
We're
guys.
really having trouble over there tonight.
That damn PA pile driver.
Yeah, retribution.
Retribution
Okay, now
PA
it's
pile
gone.
driver. No,
That's
it's still
back.
there. Oh man, it's one of those nights.
So yeah, Dame Smith's birthday.
Dame's birthday.
I don't know what his age is.
Yeah.
I think he's late 20s somewhere.
One other dude.
Yeah.
Fantastic shape.
Yeah.
He's in better shape than I'll ever
Yeah.
be in. And he was the guy who was bigger and lost a ton of
Yeah,
weight.
years ago, and I didn't know him then. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's possible at any age to be in shape.
Yeah, you got to put
You can't say, "Oh, I'm old."
yeah.
That's a lame cop out.
It just
that's
comes
all
down
that
to
is.
work ethic.
Mhm.
Work
And
ethic
that's-
and eating great.
And that's anything. That's all. I can't learn that because I'm old. Yes, you can learn it.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
All except for yourself.
Just your time.
Yep.
Your time and your effort.
See if they're fuzzed yet.
You guys, check there.
Well, now Brian's muted.
Nope, now you're muted. Oh
Hmm.
man, it's one of those nights. Hopefully by next week, guys, they'll have that new board. Everything will be in better shape over there. All right, I'm getting a little pop there. Is it? Try it, Brian. Nope, I don't hear anything, man. You might have to shut your board off and turn it back on again like you did last time. Try now.
He's probably gone.
I'm trying here.
Oh, we're back. We got alien noise.
Yeah,
You're good.
This board is awful. Is it all right?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what it might be doing? It might because it might be a little older. I think what's happening is when you have it run for a long time, I think it heats up, and then that's when you start having your issues. Like when you turn it off for a second, turn it back on, like the hum's gone. It sounds clear.
I was also trying to kink and unkink a wire while I was doing that. So that might have been the thing too.
Oh. All right.
I'm having more problems over here. I bought the digital copy of the PWI 500
Ooh.
a half hour ago, and it won't friggin' load.
Ugh.
So everything's going wrong here. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
Retribution.
Let me see if I can grab the PWI.
So where were we going
Help
next? Talk about the shows that happened?
Yeah. I have AEW from last week. I'm actually watching AEW right now.
Oh, cool.
In the background. But I have last week's results. So it started with FTR beating Private Party. Tully Blanchard now in FTR's corner. John Moxley cut a promo on MJF. MJF cut a counter promo, just kind of building up their match for All Out for the title. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Dustin Rhodes, and QT Marshall beat the Butcher and Blade, and also Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. And something that seems like they're doing right now on this week, just to kind of give a live thing, it appears that the Butcher and Blade and Lucha Brothers are kind of a little stable.
Well,
and they may be managed by Eddie Kingston.
Well, did you see the promo from Saturday when Eddie Kingston came out?
Yeah, he was in their corner this week.
Yeah, he came out and said that you guys need to stop fighting. He's like trying to put together a stable. Then at the end, he's like, "Come on!" And he looks at the camera and winks. I was like, "Oh, what's Eddie Kingston up to?" What great promo guy.
Yeah.
I want to see him with the dudes in Jericho's LAX.
Well, they had the feud in Impact because they actually feuded with each other because he was part of the OGs. It was like him and the original LAX.
Right.
And then you had Conan, or no, him and no.
You know who they were supposed to bring in for LAX, right? Before they brought in Santana and Ortiz.
No, I don't.
Dan Moff and what's his face?
Homicide. I think they get along that well.
They were supposed to bring. Yeah, they've been teaming, dude, for years.
Okay.
Yeah, they were supposed to bring those guys in to TNA, or Impact, but then something happened with their jobs outside of.
I would feel really bad for Monster Mac and Boogaloo at that point. And then we had the little thing with Britt Baker, Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford, little comedy skit, Reba.
It wasn't bad.
They did an interview with Orange Cassidy. We're going to have a Mimosa Mayhem match at All Out. 500 cases of champagne in a tank at ringside with 80 gallons of orange juice. You win by pin, submission, or throwing your opponent in the tank.
Yeah, Jericho created this. I foresee what probably Ortiz going in it. Like before and then I would say Jericho probably wins the feud, but you never know.
Yeah, you would think. Orange Cassidy got his win. Jericho probably gets it back. The Elite beat the Dark Order in a 6-man tag. Kenny and the Bucks beat, I'm not sure who all was on the Dark Order side. I think it was Silver, Alan Angels, and Reynolds.
Yeah, and John Silver, man, they didn't need to let that guy talk because he shines on being the Elite, but they didn't let him talk on the show.
Yeah.
We had a little thing backstage with FTR and Tully Blanchard. We also had Darby Allin winning a quick squash match against Will Hobbs. And then Taz cut a promo on Darby Allin. We had the Ricky Starks Darby Allin thing kind of building up here.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. He had emo written on his chest. He said, "I only like 2 things in life: skateboard and turtles." Because of that, I like turtles video.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, "That's a deep cut, but it's good." Because Darby Allin looks like a grown-up version of "I like turtles."
Yeah, I like turtles.
From last week, did you say MJF?
And then we also had
you didn't? Because
I did, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And then we had a pre-tape with Thunder Rosa, who was going to be challenging Sheeta at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, with her NWA title in tow. So
yeah, like this week they had a little pre-tape with NWA footage. They had Billy Corgan doing a voiceover for it.
Wow.
So they seem to be working together pretty well.
Cool. Let NWA do a few shows in Daly's place then.
There you go.
Do a whole taping there. That'd be awesome. The whole taping will last them 2 months.
Where did you get your digital copy of that?
I have a Pro Wrestling Illustrated app.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I have
but it keeps queuing my download and it won't let me open the issue. So
you know why? Probably because so many people are trying to look at it right now. So many indie guys don't make the list. Did
I make it? Did I make it?
I paid enough money to. Oh.
We're going to officially announce here that the number 25 guy is Johnny Moran.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Good for him.
Yeah. I like him. So that was our vote. That was a podcast vote.
No.
Number 26 is...
I don't think any indie guy who ever made it up that high.
we're going to put him there. We should do our indie top 50.
But that's when you have to kind of think about.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just
board,
fuzzed
I think
out.
the board just took a shit again. Jeez, what a night. What a night, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuzzing. Number 25, because I saved it here.
Maybe we'll work on that. We'll do our top 25 list. Maybe we'll collaborate with Curtis.
Number
and,
25 is actually Walter. So Dominic Mysterio, because of his two
Dominic
things.
Mysterio is
number
number
25.
25 already. One appearance, and the guy's already
Yeah.
top 25.
There's some
Well-
guys that like I'm like you're kind of like what, and like it's weird because PWI is like it's kind of cafe, but it's kind of not.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of goes off success in the ring, and then it's weird. It's hard to.
Well,
judge.
that's how we would do it too. We would go by success for the year.
yeah,
I think that's the best way to do it.
yeah, and that's usually what they do. But like a lot of times in PWI, like they'll be like a tag team, right? They'll both be ranked, but one's like 5 ones behind the other. And it's like, well, they wrestle all the same matches.
Yeah.
Like none of them had any more singles matches.
Mhm.
Like, how did that guy? Well, he did. Someone wins didn't count. Like what? I don't know. So it's weird, but it's always fun to look at the PWI 500
Mhm.
and see who's in it, see who you know in it. And just I don't know. So I don't know if should we just go into that, or do you want to wait set it to the end? Right?
I'll say it for the end.
Okay.
If you want to bookmark that, just in case
yeah,
Brian has some issues
I only
there.
have the 25 because that's.
Do you want to pull up? Brian, are you there? You have to turn your board off and on again. We lost you.
Yeah. So I didn't get to watch AEW because my site that I watched through the various means was down.
Kirk goes because he was on our show and he got over with
Oh,
us.
there you go.
Listen, he had a good interview with me too. I just want to put that out there. Let's not, we bonded over the Washington Redskins. I said during the interview, I said if Johnny Moran comes out in his title defense against you, and he's wearing Washington gear, I'll hit you with a chair just because of his gear.
And it says just says football team on it.
Yeah, just says football. It was just W's
Yeah.
because we can't say the team name. I think I just said it earlier though. I might have fucked up. You there, Brian? Nope, nothing. Oh man. I think I'm gonna drop the board off tonight. I'm just gonna after the show's over. I'm just gonna run it over for him.
Get it down because again, they're
I feel
so-
bad.
But is that the same one they record Murder My Dude with?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe it's the phone call and it's interfering with it. I don't know.
They have issue with their board.
So
on
I
theirs.
didn't watch Raw or SmackDown either because I don't care. I didn't even watch SummerSlam because
Yeah.
again I don't care.
Well, let's just we'll skip. We're not gonna do the recaps this week.
Yeah.
With all the issues
But
going
I did
on.
watch NXT.
Okay. Well, the pay-per-views.
Yeah. Do you want to let's talk about Takeover when Ryan comes
Yeah.
in. So Takeover happened. That was Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and this was Takeover 30, and it was not in the Thunderdome. I like how NXT is going to stay at the Performance Center.
Yes.
Kind of make it look a little bit different, and I think the extras, the wrestlers cheering, is better than the Thunderdome itself.
I agree.
I mean, maybe not looks wise, but ambiance wise. So it started off with what? Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher.
Yes.
A little bit slow, I thought.
I thought it would have been a lot better.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna be
why
honest.
I like a lot of people were like, oh, it was really good from a technical standpoint. Like, didn't do nothing wrong, but I don't know. It never grabbed me. It never seemed to like get into the second gear and like really get going.
I agree.
And I was kind of like, and the heat was a little drawn out. And Finn wins with the. Oh no, he choked. What do you have him in? It wasn't a double stomp. Hey, you hear you?
Oh, you there?
Oh, maybe not.
You there?
I'll pull up the. And
Your next guest will be a shocker. I have a guest this Friday, a PPW guy coming
Oh
Friday.
my God.
Yeah. You there, Brian? Nope. I can see you talking. It's just not doing anything.
So we'll go back to NXT Takeover. Like, so everyone's saying like the worst takeover ever. I don't know if it was the worst, but it wasn't too.
It wasn't horrible.
Wasn't
it just
too hot.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like, because when you watch a takeover, like, man, this is takeover. This is
Yeah.
awesome. And I ain't loading. Oh, come on. No, it's crashed.
Everything's going wrong,
Yeah.
dude. We can't get anything to work. I did get the Pro Wrestling Illustrated to work.
Really?
Yeah.
But then we had the ladder match, which I actually thought was pretty good. With the, what was it, the 5 people in it?
Yeah, the ladder match was impressive. You there?
Ooh, it's bad.
It's coming through your laptop speakers now. Nope, nothing. It was coming through your laptop for a second, Brian. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just one of those nights.
Yeah.
Brian, we're gonna fly through the pay-per-view here, do the PWI, and then once this is over, I'll give you a call and I'll run up that board for you. All right.
Yeah, because if someone's listening, it's like, well, this is
Yeah.
shit.
All right. We'll let Brian go here.
Yeah.
I apologize, everybody. It sucks. I love having Brian on, but we're just having some issues tonight. All right, Brian. I'll let you go here.
So the ladder match was Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream. And I liked it. And Damian Priest won the title. I liked he was up there, and Johnny Gargano both were holding it, and they were kind of like jockeying back and forth.
Yeah.
So it was a good match. I was impressed by it because I was like, I don't know how good this one's gonna be, but
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got a preview of what they're going to interview. It's going to be a great interview.
cool. And then we had the next match was Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai.
I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good. I have nothing bad to say, but it wasn't like 5 stars. But hey, not every match is gonna be 5 stars. And Io got it with the moonsault. She hit the moonsault there outside both of them. Then she got inside and hit Dakota with the moonsault inside, pinned her. Then we had, why is it not here? Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole, which I thought would be shits, but actually was pretty good. But Dave Meltzer claims that they called it in the ring.
They
Now,
did.
Pat McAfee has had 0 wrestling matches. If you take someone who has 0 wrestling matches, I don't care if they trained for 10 years, and you say, let's call it in the ring, they're going to be like, So Dave Meltzer wants you to believe that Adam Cole said to Pat McAfee, Panama Sunrise. Okay. He's never taken the move ever.
Yeah, they definitely had to work on that.
Come on, now. Get the fuck out of here, Dave. I don't know what Dave's trying to put Pat over. Like, he might be, like, he had tons of agility. He was able to leap to the top rope, which was awesome. And they kept it where he wasn't exposed by doing too much. You know what I mean? Like, everything he did was simple. Well, not like too simple, but simplified where he wouldn't look bad.
Yeah.
So, but they definitely had stuff for her.
Absolutely. But I thought the match was very entertaining. I thought for being... So here's what... Listening to Pat McAfee's podcast the next day, he kind of broke the kayfabe and he just talked about it. And he said going into it, I knew going into it that I wanted to take it serious. He goes, there's a lot of times where people from other professions come in and they kind of make a mockery of it and they don't take it seriously and it looks like a dog shit match.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm a pro wrestling fan. I love pro wrestling. And I wanted to take it serious and I wanted to go in there and do a legit match. He didn't say they called it in the ring. He didn't say any of that.
Yeah.
He said,
That was
he goes, I took it very serious and I knew going in there with Adam that I'm in there with one of the best in the world and we were going to put a good show on. And I thought he did. Dude, he did the swanton and then like the football guys were even there to catch him. I was like, wow.
To the outside and then the superplex. I mean, that's a big move for...
He went from the ring to the top rope with one leap.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't know anyone. RVD used to be able to do it, but I mean, that's crazy.
He's not a wrestler. You know what I
he's
mean?
a tall dude,
just
too,
an athletic dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's athleticism there. So it was the best it could have possibly been, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
You know, for the thing. And Adam Cole won, which is good. I was like, oh my God, Pat McAfee's going to win. But Adam Cole, he was going to go for the kill shot. Then he's like, no. And he goes up top and he does the Canadian Destroyer.
And people probably didn't think that Pat McAfee was going to take that Canadian Destroyer.
But he did. I mean, he get this flip backwards. But,
yeah.
You know, but it looked good. So no problem with that. So now the thing is, like, is he going to wrestle again?
He said,
obviously, he has some talent.
He said no. He said not for a while just because of his scheduling issues.
Yeah.
But he said every single person who messaged him and every single wrestler he talked to afterwards was like, yo, you did a really good job.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But he goes, you have to do it in front of a live crowd. If that was a takeover weekend and that was in front of a packed arena, you would have a completely different experience after the match is over. And he's like, a part of me wants to experience what that feels like in front of a crowd. So I think if we go back to a normal schedule where people are in crowds and stuff, I think he may appear again and do another match.
I mean, if you have some skill, why not? Unless you're just like, I don't want to. But I don't know. Why not, I guess. But I was surprised. I was like, wow, it's going to be shit. So I'm like, it ain't bad.
Yeah.
So, and then finally we had a match that was not too good. Keith Lee defending against Karrion Kross, and Karrion Kross wins. Apparently he hurts his shoulder early on in the match.
Yeah, dislocates or separates his shoulder.
Which sucks, but like, I didn't even think if he had a good shoulder. Like,
yeah, it was rough.
Because Keith Lee didn't even look that great in this match.
Sometimes you have two guys who are very talented, and then they get in the ring.
They don't mesh.
And they don't mesh, and their styles clash.
Yeah, I think that might be what this is.
I think so, too.
Like, it was kind of slow. It was like a Randy Orton. It was like Randy Orton versus The Miz. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Kross wins with the, what was it, the back suplex off the top rope.
So then, just to kind of, we'll kind of do this, and because we're going to skip all the recaps, but for the most part, he relinquishes his title, we said earlier in the show, and then we're getting a 60-minute 4-way Iron Man match next Tuesday on NXT.
Yeah, that's that first that I know of.
Ever.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's one in the Indies somewhere.
Yeah,
it probably was 10.
But Jesus Christ, is that a fucking phenomenal lineup.
Who
Gargano, Ciampa, Finn Balor, and Adam Cole.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to watch that for an hour?
No, if you don't, you are not a pro wrestling fan.
Like,
can that be match of the year?
It might be. I think Meltzer might give it 5 stars.
He better give it more than 5. At
the half-hour mark, it might get 5 stars.
It better get 5 stars before the fucking show even starts.
Yeah, I mean, the potential for that match to be good is off the charts. But it's like, I don't like to see people get hurt.
Who comes
but,
out with it?
But like, I'm not saying put Finn. Finn's the best choice. Maybe Ciampa.
I say Ciampa because they were already teasing the Ciampa Killer Cross thing.
Yeah, maybe. But like, if he's gonna be out for 8 months, I mean, does he keep for 8 months? You never know.
It's a nice.
But
little...
I think Finn's doing nothing. I know Ciampa just came back, so you can kind of put him wherever.
Mm-hmm.
But Finn's kind of been like, so I don't know. I say Finn.
Anyone who wins, I won't be upset with.
No, I wouldn't be either.
I wouldn't care.
But I mean, that match should be awesome. And it's like, I don't like that. I don't care for Killer Cross, but like, it sucks he got hurt. But like, now we're getting this match.
Cut a great promo.
So, yeah, this match is gonna be way better than probably all his matches in NXT. Now, when he comes back, do you think he just goes to the main roster?
No, I think he'll get another shot this time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's a main roster guy. Like.
I think so. I think he's. But the only problem is he has to go to Raw because him and the Fiend won't work.
Yeah,
on the
because
same
they're
screen.
both like,
Yeah, it's too supernatural.
yeah, we're gonna spit fire at each other.
Yeah. SummerSlam, we'll just kind of skim through that. Overall, I thought it was a good pay-per-view.
That's why a lot of people said they liked this more than Takeover, which
I
is
did.
shocking. And that was
I thought
kind of the consensus.
I thought
across the internet.
for the first time in a long time for me, when Takeover had the same, when main roster went up against Takeover, I always leaned more towards the Takeover.
Yeah.
Thought the Takeover was a better performance. I thought SummerSlam was a good show. Are you pulling up the results here?
Yeah, so.
All right. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head.
Apollo
here.
Crews versus MVP for the United States Championship. I heard it was ho-hum.
It was, yeah, that wasn't, but that was pre-show.
Yeah, okay. Crews defeated MVP, keeps the U.S. title. This wasn't as good as their first match a few weeks ago. That's what this reviewer says.
Yeah.
Okay, first match, Oscar versus Bailey.
Good match. Very good
I
match.
Can say, this is one I did want to watch.
I said Bailey was going to win. The way it went down, if you didn't watch it, Sasha takes the bump, the butt bump.
Okay, yeah, the hip
and
tag.
then she rolls up.
Okay, Bailey
Oscar
gets Oscar.
wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured she would win. Oscar would at least win one.
I knew she was going to win one. I figured it was going to be Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's not going to win and go to a different show.
No.
Yeah. Next match.
The Raw Tag Team Championship match that probably should have been called the match no one cares about. Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza.
So
for the tag team titles.
I wanted Street Profits to lose because I think they're getting stale.
Oh yeah.
But the match set up for the seeds to be planted to break up Garza and Andrade so they can be singles guys.
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
Plus you have them and they're very similar to the guys on NXT now.
Yeah.
I
think them being those dudes being singles competitors is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I think if they have a match together, oh boy,
I would rather Andrade a single guy.
That's gonna light the world on fire.
The Street Profits beat Garza and Andrade. They hold on to the tag titles.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Selena gets hit, falls to the outside. Andrade goes to check on her, leaving Garza in the ring for a 2-on-1 opportunity. They lose the belts.
Okay. Yeah. Then we had the match that, like, hey, they did it, so give them credit for doing it.
Yes.
Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville, the loser, no DQ loser leaves WWE match.
Yeah, so they changed it from a hair mask to a no DQ loser leaves town. I thought for what they went through a couple of days ago and what she's still going through, I thought they put on a decent show.
Yeah, for like, you can't be too critical.
So here's the fucked up part about
this. And they changed the hair thing because their lawyer said maybe you shouldn't show up to court with a shaved head.
With a shaved head.
Look like you're crazy.
Yes. There's still groups of fans that are texting her.
I know, I've seen that. That's insane. I'll finish the job.
I'll come finish the job.
They should go and arrest them people.
You're a piece of
and
shit.
Find them, yeah.
You're a piece of shit. I'm not trying to get vulgar and curse here a lot, but like, if you are still verbally attacking her on the internet, you're a piece of fucking shit.
And for what?
And we don't want you as wrestling fans.
For what? What do you gain out of that?
Because people just we live in a culture now. We live in a culture now where it's cool to be a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Like, to be edgy and to say fucking terrible things. Like, they're saying it in a joking manner, and then there's like, well, because I'm hiding behind a keyboard.
Yeah, well, do it on your own Twitter.
Yeah, because I'm hiding behind a keyboard, I can message somebody and say the most awful, racist, disgusting, homophobic things. And for even like that's reality when she went through. Like, we could have literally, we said it last show, we could have went into this pay-per-view with 2 superstars murdered. Mm-hmm. Legit, murdered or kidnapped, or we could have been looking for them. Yeah. It could have been fucking tragic. And for you to, like, and for them, luckily, to get out of live, and then for you as a fan to go message her and say, we're going to come finish the job.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I know. Like, they should really do something against them people. Find them, get the guy under a number.
That should be terroristic threats. You should be arrested.
Yeah, and fined.
And that's not freedom of speech anymore. You're being a piece of shit.
That's a harassment.
Yeah, it's 100% harassment.
So Mandy won.
Yeah,
so,
Mandy wins.
I mean, you can't. I let that match
And
go.
listen,
I heard it's kind of a stinker, but
I think Sonya has a lot of potential in the business, and I completely understand that she wants to disappear for a while.
yeah. So, and who knows what Mandy's going to do now. Then you had the street fight, Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. I heard it went a little long.
Went a little long, but it was good.
But-
Here's the only problem I had with it, where they had the entire, instead of working a match where they can legit work each other, the entire angle was he was holding Dominic up and like looking at Mysterio because Mysterio had to promise him he wouldn't get involved,
Okay.
but he was gonna be ringside. So the whole match, Seth's goading him like, "Come help your kid, come help
Yeah.
your kid," and then it got to the point where Ray wasn't coming to help. So then the wife came down, and then Ray had to stop, and then it was
Too much kendo stick.
Yeah, it was too much.
I think it went for like 27 minutes. That's way too much for your first match.
Too
First match, how about 7 minutes?
Let them at least let
Yeah.
if they're gonna do it, let them work.
Yeah, let him do whatever he can do so far, because who knows how long Dominic's been training.
Yeah.
Do his Walter chops, and just keep it short.
My personal opinion, when it comes to match versus match,
Yeah.
and you get rid of the theatrics of everything, and I thought Pat McAfee had the better match.
Really?
I thought Pat McAfee had a better debut.
I didn't get to watch this one, but like from what I heard,
Seth Rollins
it was okay.
wins, yes.
Yeah. Seth Rollins wins, and it keeps that feud going. And there's probably gonna be a tag match, Dominic and Ray
Well,
versus
they had it on
Seth
Raw.
and Buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe it's over. And then we had Asuka versus Sasha Banks.
So same thing. Banks goes to help Sasha. She gets knocked to the apron, doesn't get back up in time. Asuka throws the Asuka lock in. Banks taps, and she looks at Bayley like, "Why didn't you help me?"
And she has the Raw title, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now Asuka's the Raw, and they're teasing Sasha versus Bayley finally. But who
Yeah.
knows? They're
Well,
still tag
first they
champs.
have to lose the tag team titles this weekend.
Yeah.
Which is going to be against Baszler and
Nia Jax.
Nia
Like,
Jax.
Who came up with that?
Weird tag. I would have put it against an actual tag team, but I
Yeah,
understand
even
why
the
they're doing it.
Iconics. I mean, yeah, they're not hot or nothing. I mean, they're hot physically, but
They're
like, yeah.
they're the ones who initially stole the
Yeah,
title.
yeah.
from
So why
before.
not just put it back on them? I mean, you don't have any women's tag team. So then you had the WWE Championship match, champion Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. I heard this was like a Raw match. Yeah, and Drew gets him with the backslide of all things. Cool, because it's different.
Yeah.
But like, probably nothing special. It's a Randy Orton match.
Overall, it was a decent match. I think another one here where I think styles clashed a little bit there,
Yeah.
but I mean they both worked, and Drew. I think it's big for Drew to end the momentum of Randy Orton. now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I
mean,
think it's good for his character.
It's a WWE match. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
Yeah.
And then you had the Falls Count Anywhere for the Universal Championship. Braun Strowman versus the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And I heard no Alexa Bliss at all.
None.
So
She didn't even show up.
Yeah.
It was meh.
Yeah.
It didn't do much. And at the very end, we get the brand new shiny grill. Roman Reigns comes out,
And beats the hell out of both of them, right?
beats the hell out of both of them, and he's wearing a shirt that says "Destroy shit and leave" or "Destroy stuff and
Yeah.
leave." Very controversial. Where people are trying to figure out: is this heel Roman Reigns or is this just Roman Reigns returning?
My betting man would say no.
But he's the type of person they try to tote the line with all the time.
Yeah.
He's the badass guy from the Shield who wants all the cheers and he wants to be the good guy. But if he has to go and kick some ass, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
So like he's always toted the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
But
he'll do heel stuff.
But like he came out like kind of for this match. It kind of was two heels wrestling each other. I mean, I guess Braun was technically the good guy, but like,
Braun kind of turned heel to go
Yeah.
after the Fiend.
yeah, who was already heel. So Roman coming out beating two heels up, like, it kind of makes him a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see on SmackDown when he comes out and talks.
Yeah.
But he's apparently getting the title shot. Do you think he wins it already? I don't.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but like, don't let him win the first time.
And then we made a post on social media where it says "Welcome back to Big Dog." And I put Brian from Family Guy with his
No.
brand new teeth.
Hey, bro,
Yeah.
I got new teeth. Like Bob Bowie.
He did have a hard time.
Hey, both.
He looked like he had a hard time talking with them. He's like,
No,
"I made you." And you.
What do I got? I don't
They look-
remember his teeth being bad before.
They weren't bad, but he has like Hollywood teeth now.
Oh, okay, like real fancy, like
Yeah.
perfect.
They're like Charlotte's
yeah,
teeth.
yeah, like exactly. Like he could do math problems on that exact.
Yeah.
So-
All right. So we're at the. Oh, we're having some stream issues here.
Oh, man.
It
Not good night.
disconnected. We're gonna try to reconnect.
Reconnect. Retribution, baby.
All right, we're good. Retribution got us again. Sorry, everybody. So here we go. We're gonna do the pile driver. Yeah, the
Do you
PA pile
want
driver.
to go
500.
through all of it, or just want to kind of maybe do like?
I'm gonna skim through it.
Okay, how about who's 500? Let's start.
500 is Dan the Dad.
Dan the Dad. Okay,
From
he's. I've heard of him.
He's a Danny Adams is a new persona is marked by khaki shorts, oversized glasses, and a other subterranean dadisms. Sometimes wields a belt as his weapon, despite a like he's pretty much like a
Yeah,
silly.
he's basically like a stepdad or something. Kind of like
Yeah.
the stepdads. Like I think they did a tag, a triple tag, or what am I saying, 6-man tag. So
Does NL mean no location?
no, not listed last year.
Oh, not listed.
So it's a little weird for that. It will say like for the PWI 500 we're talking about. It will say last year's ranking and maybe possibly the year before or year's pro, and then sometimes it's not listed because
Yeah.
they weren't ranked last year. So he was not listed.
I'm
going
gonna
to
go through it quick just to say some names, see if you know any of them in
Okay.
the lower.
Or if
notes.
you know it, then definitely say
Yeah, Mysterious Q.
Nope.
John Campbell.
Nope. John Campbell. John
Shane
Campbell.
Thorne.
Shane Thorne. Isn't that one half of the Everrise on NXT?
It might
Or
be.
maybe it's a different Shane Thorne because he might be a little bit higher.
He wrestles in Pro Wrestling Noah.
Oh no.
All right. Mickey Nicholas, Ricky South, Moonshine Mantel, Danishku Dino, Alan Angels, Molly
He's in
McCoy.
the Dark Order. Molly McCoy is the
Yeah.
hockey player. I don't know if you've ever seen her from Chikara. She was
Dan Champion, 490. We have our first appearance of somebody you know,
Oh, okay.
489. And very well deserved, in my opinion, Killian Mcmurphy.
Oh wow, good for him, man.
Yeah, it was not listed last year.
He was at the Outbreak tapings.
The
last
Shooter
week.
Shamrock,
I was
baby.
talking to him. Yeah, good for him, man.
Yeah.
I
That's
know,
fucking awesome.
Somebody said like one time, hey, if you're not one, be 500 because that's like the two people everyone looks at first.
Yeah.
1 and 500
Brian Johnson, Lee
from
Johnson,
ACDC.
Steppenwolf,
No idea.
Ava Everett.
Ava Everett, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, I've heard of her, but I don't know.
I don't know why this one's blue and is in is asterisk.
What's
So it's 484 and it's Elias Valquez.
Velasquez?
Velasquez? Or yeah, Velasquez maybe. I don't know.
I don't know why.
483.
I think sometimes they just change it so you notice it.
Tyler Breeze, who just won the tag team titles.
Well, maybe next year he'll be 482.
Marco Estrada, Isaiah Bronner.
Isaiah Brana.
There is women in this too.
Yeah, Molly McCoy is in it. That's weird.
Yeah. Boomer Hatfield, Brennan Vink,
Boomer Hatfield was the smaller, the son of Dasher Hatfield in storyline. Anyway,
Akira Tozawa, 475. I think some names are gonna fall far further down the list because they're maybe the blue is women because Ashley Vox is 471 and
Wow.
it's blue asterisk.
Okay. That's probably why. They probably, like in the beginning of every PWI 500, they have rules. That might be new because women have not been listed before in the PWI 500. As far as I know, because they have the PWI 50, which is the women, are 100 now.
Preston Vance is another asterisk one. Actually, I think the asterisk ones are the ones photoed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. This is my first time ever doing this. So, Tommy Gunn. I'm just seeing if that.
Get it?
Yeah.
So that's the guy from Rocky 4.
Joey Ace.
Rocky 5, rather.
Let's see what else we got here.
What number are you at?
I'm up to like 446.
Oh, jeez.
Shelton Benjamin 445. Zach Ryder 444.
Hey, Zack Ryder, he signed with AEW, right?
Yeah.
I like how they're treating him just like WWE treats him and doesn't use him.
Peter Avalon 443.
Okay.
Cheeseburger 441.
Mhm. It's always funny to see who's at the lower end.
I just hope one of the indie guys is ranked higher than some of these.
yeah.
435. Johnny Swinger.
Okay. Impact.
Cody Hall. I'm just trying to
Cody
going through.
Hall's still wrestling. Wow. It's crazy the PWI.
So far, only
We're
one
breaking
guy
news.
we know mentioned.
Yeah.
Titus O'Neil 425.
Mm.
Tony Nese 422.
Has Tyson O'Neil had a match all year?
I don't think so.
But it is cool to go through the PWI. And it's a lot of times people are trying to get it for free. Once the digital file gets out, there are other people that screenshot the whole entire thing and then leak it. So
411 Green Ant. I will not be
Okay.
doing that. I will not be. I will. We will make a post congratulating
Killian.
Killian though. 100% we'll be doing that. Fall
Ba
is 406.
Hard name. I think like I get it, but change your name.
Austin Gunn 402.
Wow. Wow.
Ricky Morton 399.
Ricky Moore, the Rock and Roll Express. Think of that.
Yeah.
That's insane. He got to be 65.
That's what we got here. I know like a bunch of guys made it last year, and I don't see.
Yeah, many of you guys that we know as I eat licorice, didn't make it too much this year.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
weird because you have to submit your thing. I always heard if you pay a little bit more, if you know someone, you can get on the list. which kinda sucks.
367. This is an outrage. He should be higher up in the list, at least the top 10. Jinder Mahal.
Oh boy. Well, when's the last time I wrestled?
Oh, wait a second. 366. Bro Keller.
Whoa, wow, that's pretty high.
Yo,
Good for him.
366. Bro
And
Keller.
in his first listing.
Get
That's
it,
awesome.
boy.
Yeah.
Well, no, last year he was 478.
Oh, was he in last year? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
6'1", 191, 487 last year. Jockzilla, they call him here.
Okay.
He lost both his Atomic Championship Wrestling and his Primetime Pro Wrestling Championships in the fall. Triggered with Isaiah Frazier to beat the Red
Death? I don't know.
Red Mexicans at Action Wrestling.
He lost his ACW, the Atomic title, to Dave Smith.
Yeah, so 366. He's one ahead of Jinder Mahal.
How about that?
And a few ahead of the Grand Malik at 362. But good for him,
Yeah.
man. Let me.
That's awesome.
Let me
Screenshot that.
Let me screenshot that.
Yeah. Like, you are better than these falling wrestlers. You are the 366th best wrestler in the world.
Good for him. That one scared me. I said Matt Tremont, but I read it quick. I was like, wait, Matt! Tommy Dreamer, 356.
Still at it.
I probably missed some people that we do know. I'm just going.
Yeah,
through
we
really-
don't know fast.
Here we go. Another guy here. 348. Last year ranked at 482. Casey Navarro.
Wow. What's he?
348.
Wow, how about it?
Awesome stuff, guys. Chris Hero, 345. So, I was trying to see some other names in this list with him. Bad Luck Fale is in that list as well.
Yeah.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. Here we go, guys. I don't know anyone on this list. Let's see. We're at 330, by the way, just for the people keeping track.
That would probably some like NXT guys, a lot of guys at AEW Dark, maybe some NWA guys.
I wish it said like what state they're from. It'd be
ROH. I think
easier
it
to
might.
pick them out.
A lot of what's on
316. What? Angelico.
Okay.
The Butcher, 315.
Mm.
Jack Evans, 314. The Blade, 313.
See there, the Butcher and the Blade have. As far as I know, they haven't had singles matches.
Yeah.
Why is one 3 spaces different than the other?
I don't know. I guess he did more finishers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Matt Cross, 303.
He had some good matches in NWA.
Well, he came back to NWA. Sorry,
Yeah.
you said it. I just didn't hear it for a second there. Casey Navarro is still so far the highest guy we know.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric Alexander, 285. You know who's got to be high in this list if you think about it? When it comes to like kayfabe, like Tony Deppin's got to be on here, right?
I would think.
Dave Mastiff, 280. Zicky Dice, 278. TJP, 275. Mystico, 274. Madman Fulton, 271. Zeus, 270.
Zeus, not these.
Not these Zeus.
It's a
As
Japanese Zeus.
I said it, here it is. 266. Tony Deppin.
Wow, how about that?
Not listed
266.
last year.
Yeah, and wow.
Not listed last
Right
year.
to 266. That's awesome.
I said he got to be higher, man.
Yeah.
He's had some really big matches this year. 266. Good stuff. Chris Brooks, Matt Angel, Mustafa Ali, 251. Rhino, 250. Matt Hardy, 246.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, he was doing nothing for a while there.
R-Truth, 243. How is R-Truth 243?
Yeah,
He won 104 championships
Yeah.
this year. Jesus, this is fake news.
It's weird how they go about things.
Vincent.
Vincent?
That's not the same dude from...
Is that a Virgil? I don't.
Bronson Reed, 236. Evil Uno, 232. Oh, sorry. It's Rich Swan, 230. Stu Grayson.
Yeah, that's the bald-headed guy from.
Okay.
Other
Okay.
Order.
T-Hawk. Tony Hawk made the list. Good for
Yeah.
him. Alex Zane.
T-Hawk is in, I believe, Ultra.
Drake Maverick, 224. Right above him, Chuck Taylor. Right above him, Trent.
Okay.
Right above him, Alex Shelley.
Trent did a little bit better than Chuck.
Yeah.
Shelley, wow.
219. Jay Briscoe, 220. 219. Homicide.
Now we're getting ROH guys. Now you're gonna get the bigger names.
Yeah, I think Deppin's going to be the main.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna beat him.
Yeah. Samoa Joe, 207. Dexter Loomis, 205. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, 203, 204. Juice Robinson, 201.
In what world is Dexter Lumis better than Samoa Joe? In the PWI 500 world.
I don't know. Rob Van Dam 192.
Okay.
Isaiah Scott 191.
Swerve.
Drago 188.
I wonder what he must have went back to Mexico.
Dude, I just watched the match again with him and Deshaun
Deshaun,
Pratt.
yeah.
Holy fuck, was that awesome! All right, here's crazy. Now all the names I just said right are so 184 Jey Uso, 183 Jimmy Uso, Isaiah Kennedy 187, Ethan Page 186, 182 Marco Stunt.
Okay.
Marco Stunt is ranked higher than Tony
I
Deppen.
know. He's ranked higher than a lot of people. More Howdy.
Ivar
Yeah.
181.
Oh boy.
All right. We have a photo here.
Who was it?
It's an independent girl, but she's chopping a girl we know. Trish Adora, the
Oh.
Afro Punk.
Is she black?
Yes.
Not to be okay. She was at PW one time.
She's 173, and she's chopping.
Okay. Yeah. Lady Frost.
Lady Frost.
Yeah, wow.
So Lady Frost not on the list, but she's featured in a photo.
Yeah. How about that? She
So-
might be in the women's top 100.
Yeah. Jake Hager. So a 173, a female, independent star, right there. 173.
I wonder if they only rank females that are involved in intergender wrestling.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because if you start ranking females that just wrestle girls, then like, why do you have the women's? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
168 Xavier Woods, Kushida 167, Cash Wilder, Dax Hardwood 165, 166, Sonny Kiss 164,
wow, he hardly did anything.
jumped away up there.
Yeah. Well, he just did the tag team with Joey Janela near the end.
Yeah. Flip Gordon 163, Kip Sabian
Flip
162.
Gordon, I believe, has been hurt the whole year.
Killian Dane 159, Angelo Dawkins.
Oh,
Wow,
well,
sorry.
maybe he's a Mexican wrestler.
Angelo Dawkins 157, Sami Zayn 156, Elias 155, Tonga Loa 151,
it's Wheels
Austin
of
Theory 152, Montez Ford 154. Montez Ford had a great. I mean, just at promos alone.
Yeah.
Tommy Tonga 150, Moose 148, La Parca 146,
Wow.
Tyler Bate, Sean Spears, Mr. Anderson, Bushi 141.
Now we're getting some New Japan guys. That's the first New Japan. I'm sure there was some other ones.
There's probably other
well,
ones. I just
there was
don't know them.
Fale, Tom
Brian
Tonga.
Pillman Jr.
Wow.
140. Joey Janela 138.
Hmm.
Dustin Rhodes not listed last year 137.
Wow. Well, I don't think he did anything last year.
Evil 131.
131. I wonder what he'll be next year, considering he's the world champion right now and the Intercontinental champion. They didn't see that coming.
Santana Ortiz 128, 126. Cesaro 127.
Yeah.
Shorty G 123. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish at 121 and 122.
There's 120 some people better than them. I don't know about that.
Christopher Daniels 120. Tom Lawler 111.
Filthy
Murphy
Tom.
114. Cole Cabana 115. Timothy Thatcher 116.
Who's 100?
Oh, another independent guy really high on the list. 109 Angel Garza. 110 Alley Cat. 108
wow.
Damian Priest. 106 Warhorse.
Oh, wow. How about that?
106, ranked 480 last year, jumped to
That's
106.
wow, good for him.
One match with Cody Rhodes will put you
Yeah.
up there. Luchasaurus 105, Dominic Dijakovic 10. Dominic Dijakovic had bangers with Keith Lee, and he's two
Yeah.
ranked ahead of Warhorse. So wow.
I think you should maybe a little bit higher. That's what I would say. A little bit higher.
John Morrison. Now we're in the top 100. Number 100, John Morrison. 99, Leo Rush. Karrion Kross just lost his took his championship. 96, Dolph Ziggler 95. Here we go, baby. Number 94, ranked 243 last year. Ace Austin
Wow.
in
Good
the
for him.
top 100. Jungle Boy 93. Ricky Starks 92.
This is where like you don't have to submit your stuff because you're just on TV and they have to put your name somewhere.
Velveteen Dream, 90. Davies Boy Smith Jr., 89. Marty Scroll, 88. 87, The Miz. Jay Lethal, 86. Orange Cassidy, 84.
Wow.
Moved up from 224 last year.
Yeah, how about that? This is
Number
gonna be higher next year.
83, Tessa Blanchard.
Wow. Well, she was world champion
Yep.
and she was wrestling men.
I think that's what, because some of these photos are
Now I wonder.
Yeah,
You think there'll be dudes in the top women's 100 then?
probably not.
I'm gonna say no, but if they're doing it one way, you gotta do it their way. Like if there's a dude that wrestles girls all the time,
I don't
know
think this
who.
is technically the top 500 men. I think it's
Yeah,
top
it's top
500 wrestlers.
yeah.
Number 80, Matt Riddle. 81, Pete Dunne. 82, Apollo Crews. This one I don't agree with. All right, number 78. So this girl is ranked ahead of Tessa Blanchard. Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
I don't.
But here's the thing: if it's top 100 or it's top 500 wrestlers in the world, but you also have the women's top 100, shouldn't those 100 women then be in the top 500? See how like it's a slippery slope.
They have to be. If they're not in the top 10, there's something wrong.
Yeah, but there's no women in the top 25.
Yeah. We'll see.
No, I looked.
Oh, there's not?
No, there's not.
So, okay. Nick Jackson, 75. Pentagon Jr., 74. Matt Jackson, 73.
I think Nick's better than Matt. but-
Jeff Cobb, 70.
And Nick had a singles match and Matt didn't.
Yeah.
Which Nick won.
69, Otis.
Oh boy.
Head of the Young Bucks. Willie Mack, 68. Nick Gage. Nick
Gage.
Yeah, Gage, 67. James Storm, Sammy Guerrero, 61. Drew Gulak, 60. Ricochet, 56. Sammy Callahan, 57.
56 is pretty high for doing nothing all year.
Yeah, Kenta, 58.
Okay.
Lance Archer, 59. Darby Allin, 55. Shingo, 53.
Takagi, yeah. Shingo's had a good year. Never
Phoenix,
champion.
52. Brian Cage, 51. Ultimo Guerrero, 50.
Oh, wow, is he still wrestling? Jesus.
48. Randy Orton.
I think Randy should be a little bit higher.
Gargano, 46. Bobby
Okay.
Lashley, 44. Rey Mysterio, 43.
Fair.
Pac, 39.
Okay.
Kevin Owens, 37. Finn Balor, 35. Bandito,
Yeah, Bandito.
34. Adam
good.
Page, 33.
Wow.
Daniel Bryant, 32.
Hangman's going to be higher next year.
POC, 31.
PCO.
Yeah, PCO, sorry. Yeah, PCO.
He was ROH World Champion.
Tommaso Ciampa, 30. Roderick Strong, 29.
Yeah, how about it? He's good.
Jay White, 28. Andrade, 27. 26, Shinsuke Nakamura.
25, Volta. Dominic Mysterio.
24 is Kento.
Kento Miyahara.
Yes.
Yes.
Aleister
He's
Black,
All Japan.
23. Maxwell Jacob Freeman,
MJF.
22.
Okay.
Will Ospreay, 21.
I think
Jacob
maybe
Fatu.
yeah, he's in MLW. I've never seen him wrestle. I can't say anything. Samoan guy.
Good for MLW
Yeah.
in the top 25. Braun Strowman, 19. Rush, 18.
Yeah, he's ROH World Champion. Beat PCO.
Kota Ibushi, 17.
Wow.
Bray Wyatt, 16. Nick Aldis, 15.
Yeah.
Roman
World
Reigns,
champion.
14. Kenny Omega, 13. Brock Lesnar, 12. Keith Lee, 11.
Now we get to the top 10. The elite.
You know the top 10 already, right?
Yeah, I know 1, 2. I can guess. So Okada's in there.
Number 10, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Of course, he has to be in there.
Number 9, Kofi Kingston.
Wow.
So that's
well, I
top.
guess he was still world champion when they were doing the list of the year.
Number 8, Seth Rollins. That's Cody Rhodes, number 7, first
Wow.
AEW appearance. Okada, 6.
Naito.
Cannot say his first name.
Yeah, Kazuchika.
Kazuchika?
Yeah.
Okay. Naito, 5.
Yeah, he was world champion. He won it at Wrestle Kingdom, but then he just lost it.
Drew McIntyre, 4.
Which makes sense. He's been world champion for how long?
Chris Jericho, 3.
Well, he was AEW world champion, so.
Adam
Yeah,
Cole,
Adam Cole.
baby.
I think he might have been my number 1.
he should have been number 1.
Because he was NXT champion for probably the whole recording of this.
Yes.
Whenever they had their year, whenever it starts their fiscal year, as you could say.
I agree with John Moxley in the top 5,
Yeah,
but he should have probably been 4 behind Jericho,
yeah, and then
1 should have been Adam Cole. Actually, 3: Adam Cole, Chris Jericho, John Moxley.
yeah, I would be okay with that. Like Moxley, yeah, he won the title, but
Well, he went to Japan and had a good showing.
yeah,
won
he
the-
had the U.S. title
won the
there
US
too.
title.
So I mean,
But
I don't know. Adam Cole had the NXT title for basically the whole year duration.
and his
And had great
stable,
matches, yeah.
his stable was draped in gold.
So you gotta think he didn't lose in a whole year. I guess Moxley didn't either. No, because he didn't lose in New Japan. Yeah, he lost like twice in New Japan. So.
I don't agree with it. I mean, listen, does John Moxley deserve top 50? I mean, top 5? Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Does he deserve number 1? maybe not in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Adam Cole will be my number one for the year.
Yes, I would agree.
There's a lot of people that I would like that are really great, but they just didn't have the great year. Okada, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. So
I forget now
Kenny,
on the list where
who
I had Bro Keller. I'm looking for.
he was like 366 or two something.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably look through the list again and see if you see anybody.
Yeah, I can only see the top 25, but I'll have to look through the list.
Yeah.
The main list.
I will be getting my physical magazine in very soon.
Yeah, it's always cool to look at the physical magazine because there's more pictures in that too, and to see what happens. Now, I never submit my stuff. I'm always like, well, they don't want to know about me, so
You're too passive.
so I never submit it ever. 'Cause I'm
Yeah,
like, you know what? I want to get to the point where they have to put me in because of stuff I did.
I can agree with that. I could see why.
And I know back in the day, some people threw them some money to get on, but like, I'm not gonna pay you money.
to put me in.
I mean, maybe it'll be worth it, but like, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, you know who I'm gonna book? Number 489 in the PWI. Like, it's exposure, but
I'm gonna be honest though.
it's cool. But like, I don't think a booker looks at that and says, "I'm gonna book that guy." I mean, now if you watch the guys' matches and well, you know,
I'm gonna be honest though. I think when it comes to some of the names put out there, I have no problem with any of them.
yeah,
Killian Mcmurphy definitely
he's
deserves
good.
it. Ace Austin in the top 100 for the first time. That's fantastic. Not complaining about that at all. Tony Deppen, 266. I think it's only a matter of time before I think he'll be a guy. He'll be cracking close to top 100 next year. I just personally think that. I think he'll be a guy that
Keeps moving up. Yeah,
Yeah, I think when ROH becomes a bigger thing, if he's shown he's been
ROH
there a
is
little
gonna
bit.
start running. Well, they had a couple of shows. Well, just that one show that he did.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're slowly coming back.
But yeah, and then you have Casey Navarro, 348 once
Yeah.
again. Good for him. Super high flyer. Bro Keller, 366. That's fantastic. That's high. That's really high up there. 366 is a good spot. Yeah, man. Congratulations to those guys. Super proud of them. Andy, you got anything to plug?
Not really, no.
No?
Go to buy a blue and gold shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. Listen to our podcast, which we'll have linked below. So
Yep. All the links below for other podcasts.
Yeah.
Sorry again, guys.
Outbreak Wrestling on YouTube.
PPW also.
Yeah,
Best of PPW.
Yeah, so just type in PPW or Outbreak Wrestling on YouTube and watch the videos. Watch the new matches coming for Outbreak soon. So I got more, but I don't know when they're coming. So
And we'll have Brian back on next week.
yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week. Tornado Tag Podcast. We're out of here.